Hey all, this is Girish and the Chronicles. Let's rock tomorrow! Woo! Yeah, we arrived yesterday. It was a pleasant drive, and it's been good. This is not our first time in Arunachal. The last time we were here was a few years ago.
Yeah.
We performed at Guitarist, and it was a good experience. But I think this is gonna be our first open concert, like a public show kind of thing, which is really cool, I think. Yep. Really excited about it. I think there's a new enthusiasm in the air after the whole America's Got Talent thing, you know. Even for us, that was like an unexpected journey. We had never imagined we would just go to a TV show like that, you know, do stuff like that. It was never a plan and stuff, but when they invited us, we said, why not, you know? This might actually like kind of bring about a new chapter in our story, and it not only affected us, but it also affected the Indian rock scene in a way. You know, I think there has been some sort of an excitement in the air. I think, and I'm glad it has reached Arunachal as well. We've been hearing there's a lot of people showing up tomorrow, and we're like happy that because of AGT, there's been a new following for Girish and the Chronicles and also rock music in general. I think it's a really cool thing. Yeah, it started with, I received a message on Instagram, on email. Then it was like, are you interested to be a part of AGT? And then I started digging it up, you know, is this really true? You know, I was like confused at first. Do they approach like this and stuff? And so I was secretly working behind the scenes. I hadn't told anyone, not even my band members about it. You know, I was just digging up and stuff. And eventually, one of the producers wrote to me saying that could we have a Zoom meeting? And then we got on a video call. You know, we talked about what AGT is all about. So I slowly started getting convinced that this is something our band would benefit from, and eventually I told the guys about it. Everyone were excited, you know, especially the families and, you know, everyone involved. For us, more than anything, we just went there to have a good time, and that's exactly what you saw in the video as well.
Many of us, like we have seen the AGT on TV, in YouTube and stuff, right? So, and we had seen the judges, Simon, and all these people, you know, out there, and it was quite exciting to see them actually in front of us. And the crowd that day was very, very loud, and you know, I mean, you must have seen that in the video, right? The crowd was like filled with excitement and enthusiasm, and it was a loud and welcoming crowd, and all of the judges, they loved us, and the overall experience was, you know, I was very excited about that whole thing, especially right before entering the stage, when Terry, you know, like he pumped us up and he was like, are you ready, guys? And we were like, yeah, quite exciting, you know.
It's quite crazy, actually. I mean, in a way, we had always imagined all that as kids, right? Growing up, we were imagining ourselves touring with bands like Guns N' Roses, Iron Maiden, this and that. We would, as kids, we were like, you know, playing guitars and imagining ourselves performing in front of like thousands and thousands of people. I remember, you know, Yogesh, he's my own brother, so he had this drums made up of painting buckets, you know. The hi-hats were made of nails and plates, you know. There was a suitcase which acted as the kick drums, you know. We learned in such things, you know, and I had this guitar with a wrist chain at the end of the guitar, which kind of made it sound distorted. We would like we would just pretend that we are sounding like Guns N' Roses or Black Sabbath and bands like that. We would even use this huge laundry. What is it called? Like it was made of aluminium.
It was a bathtub, I think.
We used to use that for like hall effect. Hey, to make it sound like So yeah, I mean, we had very humble beginnings, and so we were literally imagining everything that we're doing right now back then. So it's all kind of it's crazy that it feels quite surreal that it's actually really happening. So unfortunately, just a couple of days back, our guitarist Suraj kind of injured his hand, and we were like, what do we do now? And we just gave it a few days. We were hoping that he'd be fine by then, but apparently it's gonna take some time. And we were like, Suraj told me like, what do we do, bro? Now we're like, we'll have to come up with something. And we were thinking of multiple solutions to this. One of the solutions was just I cover some of the guitars myself, and then we swap instruments, and Yogesh does the guitars. We just manage it somehow. But at the end of the day, it felt like it would be kind of unfair to our fans in Arunachal, that they don't get to see an entire band on stage. So we decided. We had this wild idea with our brother Manu over here, who is from France, and he was raised in Bangalore, where as a kid we met him, and he would sometimes jam with us on stage and stuff and all. So, and by the end of a couple of years, he had already learned a lot of our songs and stuff like that, but he had already moved to France. So I just randomly wrote to him, hey, bro, so where are you? Are you in Bangalore? Are you in France? I wish you were here, man. We would have jammed and done this together, because Suraj's hand is injured, and he immediately wrote to me saying that, because he is a family, he's like our own brother, and he immediately saying, okay, how do I make this happen? I'm ready to come.
The first thing is we all can trust him 100%, That's the main thing, and it's not the first time he is playing our songs. So and when I fractured my hand, the first name came was his only. So he just decided to call him, and he just came within 2 days,
Oh yeah, that's crazy,
From France to India, and we practiced. He practiced for 3-4 days, and we are here.
Well, we are really, really grateful to be here, after many years, and we are glad that we've played a little bit of a part in bringing back and reviving rock music in the city or in the entire region. We're really happy about it, and I'm sure there must be a lot of bands in Arunachal as well who have done their part, and we look forward to seeing some of those bands tomorrow. And I think it's gonna be a wild show. We are gonna play our favorite songs from our albums, and also play some covers to have fun with. I think it's gonna be a fun ride. I think we are not so good with stuff like interviews and all, but when we go on stage and start rocking, we are a different monster altogether, I would say. So let's look forward to that. Let's have a good time.
That was the very amazing Girish and the Chronicles for you guys. And if you want to book the tickets, you can get it online on Skillbox, and the offline tickets are also available in 13 Old Spirit, Fujin, and Sango Ground. And the tickets can be purchased directly at the venue on the event day. This is Team NewsFy. I'm Yom Gachisi with camera person Mangmo Kamsar and Akom Tanjudon. Thank you for watching NewsFy.